BnB Collapse Real.
Of course it is.
No,
No, wait, what?
no.
I believe Twitter, though.
You believe Twitter?
Yeah, at
Oh,
least
of
some
course.
of it. The ones that wait. What's going on? It's really not real? Like like a 40% collapse or something like that for
Oh yeah,
Orlando?
numbers are just falling all over the place. I mean, you got places 30%, 40%, almost 50% drops in revenue.
I was just getting ready to list my house on Airbnb, though. I was going to go live in my car for a little bit. I heard this was the best way to make money.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Become rich. Watch a YouTube video for 5 minutes and you'll learn how to be an Airbnb guru.
Well,
Right?
I did that. I am. Like, notice it says Airbnb guru, not mortgage guru.
Oh. Yeah, it quite an interesting debate this week. It really blew up on Twitter.
Yeah, it was all sorts of information and stuff. And it all started from one tweet.
One tweet, and this is the tweet. This is Nick Gorelli. He runs a YouTube channel called Reventure. Full disclosure, I do watch him because he does have some good statistics once in a while, but he also has a tendency to do clickbait. Everything is clickbait for views because how does he make his living?
Clickbait, getting views.
YouTube revenue. So this is the one he sent out. It had nearly 32 million views.
True. And that was all in one day.
That's incredible. And what he was doing is he was using all the rooms quote data. And you can see here that he's like, okay, Tennessee, 47% drop, Phoenix, Austin, Texas, 47% drop in revenue, 46% drop in revenue. Then you come down here to number 15, Orlando, 34% drop in revenue. No.
Big drop.
No.
Wait, it's not that?
No.
Okay, what is it?
So we had another gentleman, Jamie Lang, come out and basically try to do an honest debate with Nick, and Nick has not responded at all to any of his data that's out there.
So is Jamie using AirDNA, right?
Which he's using AirDNA
known for being pretty darn spot on.
Yeah, they're actually an excellent source for data. His data he's using AirDND, and AirDND is actually backing up their data. You get down to here to Orlando, and we're seeing about a 10% drop in revenue.
That's still a drop.
It's still a drop.
It's still a collapse, man. Come on, I wouldn't want to lose 10%.
Well, when you've started out at a high, coming down a little bit is more like a normal market. It's like It's kind of like our last year when everything was going absolutely crazy, and all of a sudden we slow down into a more normal market. Everyone's like,
what's going on?
What's going on? It's supposed to be like this all the time. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. I mean, we are, despite the numbers that came out today. Despite the numbers that came out today, it's not like they've revised them yet. But what, our GDP, we had a 2% growth?
2% growth year over year, like that kind of crushed what they were predicting, which was 1.4.
And then our unemployment number dropped below that 250 mark.
I think it was 235, I want to say is what it was for new unemployment claims. And then continuing claims dropped like 17 or 18,000. So you get markets growing and unemployment's going down. Whoa, this is
and interest rates are going up.
Woo! Yeah. It's not pretty. Like I feel there are a lot of clients that just got under contract last night, probably that are going to be very sad when they talk to their loan officer this morning.
Oh, so basically, it's amazing how the numbers line up for what Jerome Powell has been saying he was going to do.
Which we've noticed this trend in the past where like unemployment numbers come down and these numbers like are always very pro like markets way too high. And then we see like the Fed fund rate increase. And then all of a sudden they revise the numbers down that they used, the data that they used to make that change is then revised to worse numbers right after they make that change.
Correct.
And we've seen that a couple times this year. And I'm kind of feeling like we're lining up to see that happen again.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to look at the betting window today yet, but I'll do that later. I'm going with a half.
Ooh,
I'm going with a half.
You think he does that?
Yep.
I feel like, oh my gosh. They said they only wanted to increase a half for the rest of the year.
I think he's going a half.
He's just going to knock it all out in July.
Knock it all out. Boom. Let's crush it.
What is it? July 26th? Is that when they're meeting?
Yeah.
In the month, right? Let's do it. Why not?
Why not? Yep.
Middle of summer, like things are heating up anyways. Let's cool it down.
Yep.
You know.
So, but getting back to the Airbnb, gut says things are slowing down. You're seeing people tighten their belts.
Yeah.
So maybe not as many people are out. So yeah, revenue's going to drop a little bit.
And I think look at the time of the year too. I mean, they're saying data is dropping from what numbers are we looking at? We're quarter to quarter. So we're saying like March numbers, like we're comparing spring break to end of school year.
Yeah. And if we go back, and this is actually AIR BnB's screenshot for Orange County. I pulled up Orange County I'm like, let's just take a look and see what it really looks like. Here you see, the average daily rate in July was about 226. It's dropped to 208. So yeah, it has dropped a little bit. And revenue, your high was in March at 3711. But what's that?
Spring break.
Yep. So now you're running about a little over $3,000. Occupancy is holding pretty steady at 75%.
That's decent occupancy.
Yeah. I mean, most hotels, when they run calculations for loans, they want to see, a nice 75, 80%, occupancy rate. That's a very good occupancy rate for most hotels. So you're not seeing that big drop off that they're talking about. And the other part where we would see a drop off is
here in Orlando, right?
Or Orlando. Orange County's tax revenue, the tourist tax.
Yeah. If Airbnb was dropped off, we wouldn't have tourists coming here.
Exactly. And we had 14 months in a row of record tax revenue. This past month was the first month that we didn't have a new record. It dropped by about $1 million.
Okay. That sounds like a lot of money.
Yeah. But we're still generating over $30 million a month in tourist tax.
Okay. Put it in that perspective, $1 million is what, like a 2.5% drop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fluctuation. You're going to have fluctuations. But if we are seeing, a 37% decrease that he had been talking about, we'd be, you would probably see a $5 to $6 million or more tax revenue decrease.
Yeah, for the county. Easily, right?
So the numbers that they're providing doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But I can still see people starting to worry because what's the thing with Airbnbs? Normally, they're a higher interest rate because they're investment properties.
Yep.
Their taxes go up higher and quicker.
Wait, real quick. Contrary to popular belief, you can't buy an Airbnb with an FHA loan as a primary residence. I'm just blown away right now. I mean, I see these videos on TikTok all the time. So wait, these have to be investment purchases typically?
Yes.
If they're bought right, there's some rules, live in it for a year or so, then turn it into investment. But that's not what these TikTok guys are selling. So they're at higher interest rates to start. So margins are going to be harder to meet, right?
Yep.
Because and margins are harder. They want to see revenues. And the hard part is they've gotten so used to my expense is here, my revenue is here, that they feel like they're getting squeezed when their revenue goes here.
When the revenue goes here.
And the reality is it's probably still a really good investment, but they're feeling that just, they're like, oh man, maybe I have to pay attention to how many people are renting the property.
Exactly. And also, what am I spending? Am I taking this revenue I'm making every month and just living on it, not setting aside any portion of it?
Mm-hmm.
What's the rule of thumb? Pay yourself first, tithe, and then you pay yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people just, I'm going to live off, I'm generating, $20,000 a month off of this, boom, boom, boom. And they don't set the money aside, because one thing you learn as a real estate investor is there's good times and there are some bad times.
Mm-hmm.
And you better prepare for the bad times, because the bad times generally are a lot worse than you've ever planned for.
Oh yeah.
So you're looking at this, and it's like the numbers aren't making sense. And then if all these Airbnb guys were getting ready to, or starting to put all their houses on the market, we've got a mutual client looking in that area for a home, for a primary home, Claremont, Davenport. And we're trying to stay in the $350,000 range. That's what we got her pre-approved for. I got 24 homes, townhomes and single family homes to look at. That's it.
Okay.
I mean, it's just, you look at that.
350 is like, I mean, you might as well be trying to find, I mean, that's not a budget anymore.
Isn't that sad? I mean,
like, is that that's crazy, right? Like,
yep.
$350,000, like that used to get you a
really nice house
just 4 years ago.
Yeah. And when you go in and you look at some of these, some of them are not well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
They need, quite honestly, $20,000 worth of work done to them.
Yeah.
And you're looking at this going, come on, how you just, no, you're just like, no. So what do? We get up every morning and we first thing, 6:30, 7 o'clock, we're on there and we're looking for properties, because we've got to get out there and we've got to beat
everybody else.
We got to beat everybody else. And that's just really tough to do these days. Mm-hmm. And here's the other thing is, if that was true, this number, just a second. Oh, where is it?
Which one?
Hold on. Oh, it didn't show up. Let me remove this one.
Rewind. Just, guys, skip 10 seconds and
hold on. This is one that I wanted to share. Of course, it doesn't want to help me today.
Oh, all right. Well, tell me what it is as we're getting it.
This is number of
loaded. Bam.
Number of homes for sale has dropped to the lowest level recorded in May. So here we are back in January 12. We had probably about 2,750,000 homes for sale. Right now, we're down to just about 1.4 million homes for sale.
1.4. Wow.
That is it.
So were these the lowest months ever?
These are the lowest months ever.
So this one
that has been recorded.
1.4 million, and this is nationally, right?
This is nationally.
That's not a lot of houses.
It's not a lot of houses. It is not a lot of houses. And, Zillow came out and they're saying we're short 4.3 million houses right now.
All right. So we just did a 4X what we got inventory. Let's go. Easy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, how are we going to do that?
By raising rates.
Yes. Yeah. Because builders are going to want to build houses that they can't sell. I mean, it's a very difficult market right now.
Yeah.
And affordability is just gone. And I feel bad for a lot of people. We've got that new expanded Hometown Hero program that starts July 1st that I'm telling everybody about.
Yeah.
Because what it does is anyone who lives and works in Florida for a company that has a brick and mortar office of some sort here in Florida, it's going to allow them to get up to 5% of the loan amount, up to $35,000 for down payment assistance.
Exactly.
And the nice thing is it actually subsidizes the rate a little bit.
Yep. You get a little bit more aggressive rate than what you can in the open marketplace without paying for it. You are exempt from some as a buyer from Doc Simpson on the mortgage and intangible tax. So it saves you costs there. You have the opportunity for lower MI percentage, some subsidy, some enhancement on the mortgage insurance rate. Like this program really is a win-win-win for the buyer. But the challenge is there's got to be inventory.
That's our challenge. Is there's got to be inventory. If there's no inventory, we can have all these programs we want. Because the numbers was somewhere over 6,000 families were helped with the program that ran last year, and that was just with really the police, firefighters, nurses. The ones that fit into the job requirements. The nice thing is I do like the fact that they've pulled off those job requirements. And it's really, hey, work and live.
Work and live in Florida. Support a Florida company. You can own your own business, and like if you're Florida based, if you're a Schedule C, self-employed, like you qualify. Like it's really about kind of supporting Floridians.
It is. And the nice thing is that the income levels, which is where we've seen a lot of difficulty in the down payment assistance programs in the past, are realistic. For Orange County and Seminole County, for a family of two, it's $131,000. And quite honestly, you got to make $131,000 to be able to afford a house.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the key is like you look at some of these down payment programs outside of this one, and they would have income limits of like you got to be at 50,000 or 40,000 or 60,000, and it's like there's like you can't have that income and a car payment and qualify to buy a home right now.
Yeah. Or they said the house can't be over $250,000.
Yeah. Good luck finding it.
Good luck finding that. Yeah. Good luck finding that one. Not gonna happen. So
there's
but I'm
somewhere that's turned a shed into a 1-1. I'm sure that they want 280. You might find it.
Well, you can always go get the Home Depot house.
Hey, there you go. That's like
what
$30,000.
Is that thing going for? Like $30,000?
Yeah,
something like that.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh. So, but it's a great program. Anyone wants any information, please do reach out to Joe and I. They've got a limit of $100 million. It's going to help probably about 6,000 families.
Yeah. And I think, without getting it, like, we don't know what they're going to do on funding more money. Like they funded it, they signed it into law. It'll be something that kind of gets funded periodically. We don't know if it's going to be a once a year type thing. But I will say this, we are coming up on election cycle. Things tend to happen at a faster rate when programs that can influence voters. I don't know. Maybe we see something.
It would be nice because it's nice helping those people out. It really is. Well, let's take a look at our numbers for the week.
All right. Anything good?
Well, our sales dropped a little bit.
Okay.
We dropped to under 400 to 381. There goes our creeping inventory, up about 60.
Hey.
Still haven't broken that 4,000 level mark.
Getting closer. Getting closer,
though. Getting closer. Our condos dropped a little bit too. But their inventory, the condo inventory is really starting to come up.
I wonder, like with a lot of the changes for Fannie and Freddie on the guidelines for condo approvals, I wonder if we're starting to see that come into play a little bit more. I've noticed it on some of the loans that we've got there because it is a little bit tougher to get these condos projects approved.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen a lot of projects that used to be approved that no longer meet the barriers. So I'm wondering if this is starting to have a play in that, is these condo projects, they've got less buyer pool, so the inventory is going up because they're losing that Fannie Freddie approval.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And then we break into our sales, our cost numbers, and we're seeing where our original list price, actually, this is down about a percentage.
Okay.
96. And the final list of sales is down about a percentage too, to 97. I'm wondering if this is more people trying to push the prices up a little bit because it is summertime.
Yeah.
And the inventory is tight. And when you're preparing a listing, you're presenting, hey, these are the number of listings that are out there. You've only got, I had seller who was looking to sell, and within her subdivision, there has not been a home for sale in the past 6 months.
Wow.
And I'm like,
wow. Loves their home.
Yeah. Everyone loves their home. They're all staying. And it's a rental for her, and she's just tired of being a landlord. So we're looking at it, and it's like, wow, I've actually kind of got to go back over 6 months to try and figure out a few comparables for her so we can figure out the price on this thing. But I was like, wow, not one house listed. And it's not a smaller development. It's a halfway decent sized development, but not one in 6 months. Days on market, we're dropping a little bit on our days on market to 39.
Okay.
So that's come down a little bit. Our average and median price kind of going up and down, but staying in a relatively straight area. Weekly sales, you see here, we did drop a little bit.
Yep.
Which could also be, we started seeing that spike in rates a little bit. If you look at it 4 weeks ago, what's that? Mid-May. Mid-May's, we saw some spikes.
We see everything kind of, and they all balance with each other, man.
They do. They do. They follow each other. That's foreclosures. And here's our average days on market. So you see, we are in the summertime, so you would expect the average days on market to drop a little bit. But man, come on, push this up. Get us.
Yeah, let's get over 4,000. Can we shoot for 4,500?
That 4,500, I think, would really help everybody.
See, the problem is if we got it, it would be gone.
It would be gone.
I think if rates go up, if Feds increase rates again, we'll get the inventory there because, I don't know if Feds pull up the Fed fund rate. I know it's not direct correlations, but everything you see, market movement, will be 7.5 by the end of July.
Yep.
I don't know if that's where we're headed. But I feel like it's there. I feel like it's a possibility that I didn't think would happen a few weeks ago.
Yep. You've seen all these people who, we're going to be back down to 6, 5.5. When you look historically at the Fed and what they've done with their rates too, is they plateau. They keep them there for a while.
Yep.
So they may let the economy really sink and then start dropping rates.
Yeah.
And the other thing that a lot of people aren't talking about, why is the 10-year yield not dropping after everything that's gone on? They are putting out debt left and right. I think it was up last week, it was up over $500 billion worth of new issuance of treasuries. And you can't throw that much out onto the market and expect people to go, well, heck, I'll just take 3%. I don't want the 5. I'll take the 3. I'll take the 3. That's good. That's good. So
what's inflation at? Yeah, just give me a quarter of what inflation is.
Well, what do you want it to be at? Because I can fix that.
We can make the numbers.
You want that inflation to look high? guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the rentals at 8%. Remember that? I'm going to put the rental where every other news story is rental rates are dropping.
Yep.
Oh no, it's 8. It's 8. You know.
Look, Powell's got the data that we don't have.
Oh, you mean Powell manipulates the data we don't have?
Well, I mean, when you're creating it, like we don't have
Yeah,
it.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. We don't have it to make it.
So, all right. So good stuff.
Yep.
GDP is up. Rates are up. Inventory is up.
Up.
Airbnb collapses, not quite accurate.
Yes.
All right.
Nope. Well, thank you all. Join us again next week. Please like and subscribe. As always, Joe, great to see you.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next Thursday. Take care.
Happy 4th.
Oh, yeah.